Well, hello everyone, and welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel as the case may be. I have got a rather pretty one today. I actually made this as a gift, and it's a swipe with some bright colors. Um, I used the Bloom recipe for this, and the parts will appear on your screen. And the colors I used are Golden Prussian Blue, Golden Ultramarine Blue, Prism Pour Dark Waters by Colourarte, Orange Crush, and Sassy Sprite, also Prism Pour by Colourarte. Primary Elements Sunflower, that's also by Colourarte. Liquitex Basics, Brilliant Yellow Green, and Light Green Permanent, and Quinacridone Magenta, and also Amsterdam Titanium White. What I did here, and this was inspired by Molly's artistry. I kind of had an idea of what I wanted to do, and I saw a video of hers where she used some different colors, but she did a double ring pour. This is on a much larger piece with black and white, and then she poured her colors in bars vertically and then swiped across them. So I used the Prussian blue and white for the ring pour, and then I layered the other colors over them in bars and did some swipes, and I think it turned out really well. So I just layered my cups for the ring pour, and again, still don't have a great video angle. I thought you guys would be able to see better with the camera behind me when I tilted, because it's kind of hard, not natural for me to tilt it away from me. But I do, unfortunately, swing in front of the camera, not realizing it several times. The good news is that my overhead bar for my table is getting here today, and my lights and the attachments I need, I don't think that's the right word, the doohickeys I need to put the camera and the lights on said overhead bar will be here Friday. So there may be one or two more videos like this, and there's going to be a couple videos with me on the other side, and then I'll have that overhead angle, and I'll use the camera holder that I'm using in this one to get another angle, and hopefully give you more than one angle as needed. And my husband's got his parts for the server move, so hopefully that will be happening soon as well, to where I can talk to you while I'm doing this instead of recording these after the fact. So that's exciting. So be patient. A couple more videos, and the video part at least will be quite a bit better. And then we'll work on a more natural audio. I don't know that it will be better because it will still record my stutters and faux pas and stuff like that, but it'll definitely be more natural, probably more conversational, because I'll be talking as I work. And there I've got my colors laid down. I picked this color palette. The person I'm making this for really likes bright green, sunflower yellow, and blue. And so, I don't know. I just couldn't wrap my head around doing a piece that was just those three colors, so I added the magenta and the orange for good measure. That green is a mix of the brilliant yellow green, the permanent green from Liquitex, and also the Sassy Sprite from Colourarte, although there's not a lot of Sassy Sprite in there, just to hopefully add a little sparkle to the green. It's not really that noticeable. The sunflower something about gold colors. They spread their sparkle everywhere, so it feels like all the sparkle is coming from them. The dark waters is a sparkly color as well, and the orange crush, but they don't really stand out like the sunflower does. And when the piece dried, you can't really, you'll see at the end because I show you the dried piece. It's not top coated yet because it's not ready, but I do show you the dried piece. It's shiny, but you're not really seeing the sparkle. But I think after I top coat it, that sparkle will show back up. It generally does. Um, I actually find the Bloom recipe to be easier to work with, except for blooms, because I've got blowing issues. I'm still trying to learn how to blow. Then most of the regular recipes, the only other caveat is the bubbles. I think I mixed these colors like a day ahead, and there were still bubbles. It might have been several hours ahead, but there was a piece that I did mix like a day ahead, and there were still bubbles. So if the bubbles aren't extreme, they don't bother me. I think they kind of add to the piece, but that is, in my opinion, kind of a downside because you can't really torch them out. You can't heat them out. You can poke them out, but if there's a lot of them, that's not really practical. So I think I did about 3 swipes over this, and I'm pretty happy with how the lacing turned out. And I really like where the ultramarine blue, where the lines come off what will be the left side, because how I'm holding it now is upside down from the orientation I decided on. Of course, when I send it to her, I'll send her a hanger. Actually, I might not send her a hanger because I'm not going to frame this one, but I'll let her decide how she wants to hang it. But my instinct, how I'm holding it now, right there would be its orientation. You know, if it was straight, obviously. But I practiced this one on a 6x6 tile first, and then I did some more tiles afterwards that day. And I will put all the tiles together in a single video. They all turned out really nice. The 6x6 again was practice for this one. The other tiles I was practicing the bloom, which I was not very successful at, but I came out with some really cute looking tiles out of it. So it was a good day. You know, sometimes when you paint, you have good days, and sometimes it seems like you have to do several pieces just to get a decent one. Luckily, I haven't had very many of the latter days, but it does happen. Sometimes the painting gods, so to speak, just aren't with you. I really love those colors. I'm not generally drawn to doing a lot of bright colors, but yeah, these are, I really like the way that turned out. It can kind of gives a beaky vibe, or maybe like a flower garden vibe. And my sister's into flowers and gardening in general, so I think she'll really like this. I hope so. If not, she can give it back to me because I like it. I'll make her another one. So there you go. It looks like I'm going to swipe one more spot, and I'm sorry you can't really see those parts, but again, if you bear with me for just, I would say 3 more videos tops, probably 1 or 2, then we won't have this issue. I've got a video recorded that I recorded earlier this week where I'm on the other side, and I've got the camera closer, so that should be a little bit better view. But that's on a 5x7, so I can get real close up on it, and you're still going to be able to see anything. With the bigger ones, it needs to be a little further away, especially when I did that 18 by 18. And that's where that overhead bar is going to be so helpful. What I ended up getting for that, just to kill some time while you're watching my back and getting glimpses of the painting. Okay, so I did torch that one. It didn't do much good, and I was definitely chicken torching, because if you get too close with that house paint, it will skin up. Regular acrylic paint can do that too, but house paint is more prone to it. So obviously I gave up, and now I'm popping bubbles the old-fashioned way. But what I ended up getting to get the camera overhead is I was looking for a bar that would attach to my table, because I don't have a lot of space around that table. And if I put a bunch of tripods and stuff around the table, then me, being the graceful person I am, I'm going to be tripping over them, knocking them over, hurting myself, who knows. So I wanted something I could attach to my table, and what I ended up getting was a bar that is actually for dog grooming, to strap dogs to, and it clamps on to either end of my table, and then there's a bar overhead, and then I got some little attachments that you can screw the lights or the camera down to. So I think that will suit my purposes. And now I'm giving you a close-up shot, and you can see that sunflower, how sparkly it is, and it even sparkles into the other colors. Some of that might be the orange crush as well. And you can, if you look, you can see it in the dark waters, but it's just not as obvious as the sunflower. Yeah, I think some of that is the orange crush. I feel like I'm pretty good at the bloom swipes. So if I can just get the blowing part down, then I will just take off with the blooms. I feel like we will see. I watched some videos that kind of helped me figure out some of the things I might be doing wrong, blowing out the blooms, but I'm not sure when I'm going to practice blooms again. It might be this weekend. I might wait a couple weeks. Time will tell. So, giving you the close-up of the wet results, and here is the close-up of the dry results. And I like how glossy the bloom recipe dries, and I kind of like the texture too. It's very interesting to me, but you can't really see the sparkle as well. But I think once I coat it with either a gloss varnish or the resin, that sparkle is going to pop right back out of it. But I'm really, really happy with this piece. I was super excited it turned out so well. It's a lot of pressure to me when I'm painting for somebody else, even when they haven't laid out what they want, and I'm just doing it to be nice, because I know exactly what I like, but when it's somebody else, not always. So that's it. Thank you for your time. And if you enjoyed this at all, please give me a like, drop a comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and come back and see me again. Y'all have a great day.